I feel like this is something that I know a lot of people think about this. Maybe not everyone will admit it, but tons of people do. What the fuck is my purpose here on earth? A lot of people think that. Will most people find out? Probably not, because they're not willing to do what it takes in order to actually find out. But first and foremost, I'll speak on this because I know it. Your initial purpose in life is to take care of yourself. It's you. Take care of you. All the things that ail you, all the thought patterns, all the beliefs, all the feelings, all the whatever bullshit you're carrying that you don't like, fix it, all of it. Maybe not all of it before you try and search for what like your life purpose is. But like at least fix the majority of it so that you're not like operating in tons of fear, tons of doubt, shitty thought patterns all the time on a day-to-day basis. Because until you do that, until you've like worked on yourself enough, like the way I view it is like God's kind of watching you and he's like, is he ready yet? Is he ready yet? Is she ready yet? I don't know. They need to show me more. And it's like through working on yourself that eventually God's like, okay, I think they're ready. And then out of the blue, you have, boom, this thought come to you. And you're like, I think that's my purpose. And then you kind of write it down in your journal. You think about it a little bit more. And then it's like, I think that's it. And for myself, that like epiphany came to me like recently. I'm like, I had one of my mentors, yet again, gas money, say, your purpose is hidden in your trauma. So I just spent a lot of time like thinking about like, what were the biggest things that like ailed me throughout my life? And it was like mental health stuff, depression, anxiety. I was diagnosed with bipolar, and I'm like, damn, maybe those are the things that I need to like really take a deep dive into and start talking about them and start talking about how I found solutions to those things. But it wasn't until I like worked on myself enough that God kind of like, boop, just like planted that thought into my mind. I had to work on me first. I had to get me into a place to where I could be like, yeah, I can help people with that. Because if God were to have given that to me too early, I would have been like, whoa, what the fuck? I can't do that. Fucking help the world with depression and anxiety and tell people that bipolar is fake and depression is fake and anxiety is fake. I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have been so worried about how people are going to view me for what's coming out of my mouth that I wouldn't have even done it. So here we are. Anthony worked on himself for a period of time. Got himself to a place where God could plant this thing in his head. And now he could actually think that it's possible for him to do what he was being asked to do. Dope. So now I'll do it. So you got to take the proper steps. You first. Focus on you first. That's Gucci. So I'm just prepping my food right now. I got some sweet potatoes and I'm actually gonna cut them in half. And peel them. But the whole reason I'm prepping now, especially this meal, because I'm gonna be prepping my pre-gym meal, is because the likelihood of me not eating this meal if I don't prep it, if I don't have it ready first thing in the morning, is pretty high because I wake up at 3:30 and when I wake up I don't want to do shit other than basically brush my teeth, spray some cologne, put some deodorant on, and then walk out the door with my stuff already prepared. So because of that, I'm gonna prepare my stuff now. So I'm going to prepare these sweet potatoes, some white rice, and I mix that with some honey, some coconut peanut butter, and a little bit of cinnamon. So that's what I'm prepping right now. This is actually kind of random, but I just bought this potato peeler not that long ago. And this thing peels so well, right? And I remember as a kid, like going to like peel potatoes for my parents and grabbing the potato peeler out of the drawer. And dude, the potato peeler, it was like impossible to peel potatoes. And this thing was like $6. I'm like, God damn, bro. Like, God bless my parents. I love my parents, but like, bro, they thought so scarcely that they couldn't go spend another $6 on a new potato peeler. That's wild. So it was like a lesson for me, because I was like, dude, why is this thing so smooth? And our potato peeler from when I was a kid was so hard. And that's it, bro. The way people think will cause them to like not believe that they deserve a new potato peeler, which sounds silly, but it's true. So I learned a valuable lesson through a potato peeler. We can literally learn lessons through like anything. It doesn't matter what it is. But most people are so oblivious to what's going on, or like most people are like always in the past or the present, or are in the past or the future. So it's like they don't even have the ability to stay present and like learn stuff like what I just shared, right? Because they're way off somewhere else. They're like thinking about past experiences or worrying about how this thing in the future is going to affect them, even though it hasn't even happened. So, moral of the story, learn to stay present so that when there's a lesson to be taught or a lesson to be learned, you can actually learn the lesson versus missing it because you're off somewhere else and not present. Oh, this is so dope. So recently, I moved to only eating non-processed foods. So basically single ingredient things. So like these sweet potatoes I'm eating, the rice I'll eat, the honey, which like honey could be a multi-ingredient thing, right? If you're not buying the right honey. Or something like peanut butter could be like a ton of different ingredients if you're not getting the right peanut butter. So if I'm basically just buying stuff from the farmer's market and then from this place called Lazy Acres, which has like really good, like let's say I'm going to get beef. I'll just get some grass-fed beef that I know is good. Let's say I'm buying milk. I'll buy raw milk. So I'm not buying stuff that's sprayed with tons of pesticides and all this crazy stuff. Like I'm getting the legit stuff. It's like just that thing. It's not multi-ingredients. And what I've noticed is my body has changed so rapidly. I've gotten more veiny. I've gotten leaner. My skin looks better. My energy levels have gone through the roof. My mental focus, like even after I eat, because when you eat processed foods and your body starts to digest them, like kiss your mental clarity out the window. Like it's gone. So I've noticed that I don't have to deal with that, which is dope, especially when I'm doing work or like talking to people. It's a little tough to do either of those things when your mental clarity is gone. So there's just been tons of benefits, and now I've just set it as a new standard for myself. I will not buy like low quality foods anymore. I won't buy meats that have hormones and all this bullshit in it. Like I will buy the good stuff. And that's just a new standard I wanted to set for myself. This is way too much potatoes in this. Like, these veins I have in my, like, forearms now, I never had that before. Like, I'm starting to see veins in my biceps now. This whole journey has been crazy. And if you feel like something's been telling you to do that, to move to only eating whole foods, do it. Just listen to your intuition. That's all I did. I had a bunch of signs there telling me, like, dude, just go to Whole Foods. Just go to Whole Foods. Like, your body's going to feel better. Your body's going to feel better. And I feel like it was God telling me that. And I finally listened, and we're here now. I feel way better. So I think one of the things that, like, sparked me to want to go to, like, the Whole Foods thing is one of my mentors. His name is Gas Money on Instagram. He told me, he said, he was telling, like, a group of people, he said, like, don't be known for saying things, be known for embodying them, right? And it's like, I would like to be known for embodying, like, the whole phrase, your body is a temple, right? Because realistically it is a temple, right? But it's like, how would you treat a temple? How would you treat a sacred place like that? And it's like, would you put nasty stuff into it? Would you say, like, I guess I could put this in here, right? Like, no, you're going to hold a certain standard for what you allow in that temple. So I'm like, how do I embody that saying? And embodying that saying is actually, like, holding a standard for the stuff that you allow in your body. The stuff, like, even down to the water you drink. What quality of water do you drink? What quality of meat will you allow yourself to eat? What quality of vegetables, of fruits, of, like, whatever it is that you're consuming, what standard do you hold for those things? So I just started upping my standard in those things, and the dope thing is it changed my body, but I felt better knowing that I'm actually treating my body as a temple and not as, like, a piece of shit. Like, I'm putting premium fuel into my body because I see it as worth that, because I'm treating it as a temple. So I'm actually embodying that phrase, your body is a temple.